Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends. I am Arslan and subscribe my channel, like this video and share my channel more and more. So my dear friends, we are gonna talk about today. We'll take the subject political science of class 9th and we'll learn the last chapter, democratic rights. We know that about the democratic rights, that what do we mean by democracy and what do we mean by rights. We have learned in the previous chapters what do we mean by democratic and what do we mean by democracy. So you better understand what the word democratic means, and we need to understand what are rights means. We need to understand the rights. In order to understand and learn about the rights, we need to first of all define the rights. We need to understand that what are rights. Rights are legal, social, or ethical principles of freedom. That is, rights are the fundamental normative rules about what is allowed of people or owned to people according to some legal system, social convention, or ethical theory. So rights जो होते हैं बेटा, rights जो होते हैं my dear friends, rights are the legal which garners, which host, which tells us that what is wrong and which helps us that to differentiate between what is wrong and right. So what is allowed of people, that which things, which rules and regulations are allowed to people, the rights helps us to know, and what's owned to people according to some a system and some the convention and theories. So if we know now about what are rights, so we need to understand why do we need rights. Why do we need rights? Rights are very important for us. Right protects minorities from majorities. They ensure that majority cannot do whatever it likes. So they ensure that the majority cannot do whatever it likes. It indicates the sign of equality. So it indicates the sign of equality. The majority cannot do whatever it likes. So rights are very important for us. They play an important and a crucial role in our life, and they are very significant. They play a very significant role in our life. So they protect us. They protect the minorities from the majorities, those who are having more votes. They protect them from those people who are having less votes, means their rights. So you understand that why do we need rights? I hope so. Rights are guarantees which can be used when things go wrong. The rights also guarantee people to satisfy their needs, means the basic requirements like food, housing, and education, so they can take the full advantage of all the opportunities. By guaranteeing people liberty, equality, and security, human rights protect people against abuse by those who are more powerful. So human rights. We're gonna understand now about the human rights. In class 8, we have learned what are human rights. So you should know that what are human rights and you understand what are human rights. Now we're gonna talk about rights in Indian Constitution. It's very important. There's 6 rights in Indian Constitution known as fundamental rights. So we'll understand first what are fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are certain freedoms to all citizens individually. So fundamental rights are certain freedoms to all citizens individually, as well as collectively. These precautions, these provisions are given to the name of fundamental rights. So the fundamental rights are those rights which are given in the Indian Constitution and which speak about the freedom and to all citizens. And now we're going to talk about the rights in Indian Constitution. First is right to equality. Second one, right to constitutional remedies. Third is right to freedom. Fourth is cultural and educational rights. Fifth one is right to freedom of religion. And sixth one is right against exploitation. Now, first of all, to understand the rights in Indian Constitution, we need to understand rights commonly enjoyed by citizens. Citizens who are 18-year-old or above have the political right to vote in election. So in India, which citizens who are 18-year-old or above, they have the political right to vote in election. The minority communities have right to establish their own educational institutions. So the minority communities having more votes have a right so that they can establish their own educational institutions. The freedoms allowed to all citizens in the constitutions are all part of human rights. The freedoms allowed to all the citizens, all the Indian citizens in the constitution are all part of human rights. Citizens' right in democracy. Citizens' right in a democracy. Things are different in democratic setup. All democracies upload human rights. The Constitution of India gives us certain fundamental rights, and we study these fundamental rights. Now we are gonna talk about them in brief. We now need to understand about these rights in brief. Wait, I'll help you out. So we'll talk about now right to equality. We'll talk about now the right to equality. So it comes in the Article 14. The Article 14 of the Indian Constitution reads as under: the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of laws within the territory of India, requires that all persons be treated equally before this law without discrimination. This principle of equality and non-discrimination guarantees that those in equal circumstances are dealt with equally in law and practice. So, this law tells us and comes in the Article 14 of the Indian Constitution and tells us that everyone is equal. We should not differentiate people on the basis of creed, color, religion, caste, etc. And we should treat everyone equally. So this is the main aim of this right. Now, second one, right to constitutional remedies. It comes in the articles of 32 and 35 of the Indian Constitutions, which allows the citizens of India to move to the Supreme Court. So this right, the right to constitutional remedies, allows the citizens of India to move towards the Supreme Court. Empowers judiciary to enforce those rights by using various rights. So it empowers judiciary, which is organ of a government, so that it can enforce those rights by using various rights. Now, third one is right to freedom. Now we need to understand about the right to freedom. It comes in the Article 19, Article 20, Article 21A, Article 22 of Indian Constitution mentions the right to freedom. And the right to freedom gives citizens basic freedom with respect to speech and expression from associations, freedom of personal liberty, freedom to live a life of dignity, means the freedom of harmony. So we need to live, the main aim of this right to freedom is that to live in peace and harmony. Now we need to understand about the cultural and educational rights. Cultural and educational rights comes in the Article 30 of the Indian Constitution, which says that every section have a right to conserve their distinct language or culture. Admission can't be denied on the basis of religion or language, government or government-aided schools. All minorities are established and administer educational institutes of their choice. As the point number 3, you are seeing that all minorities are established and administer educational institute of their choice. We studied in rights enjoyed by the citizens, and I hope that you need the meaning of this sentence, because you know the meaning of this sentence by which we have studied in past, that what the rights rights enjoyed by the citizens. Now, every admissions which can't be denied on the basis of religion and language, we didn't, the admissions in the school can't be denied on the basis of religion. In what religion they could be have, as we know that in India there are many kind of religion, that is, some are Muslims, some are Hindu, some are Sikhs, etc., some are Christians. So the admissions can't denied on the basis of religion or language. Now, fifth one, right to freedom of religion. The right to freedom of religion comes in the Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. So everyone has the freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom either alone or in community with others, and in public or private. The manifest is his religion or belief in worship, teaching, practice, and observance. So this right includes the freedom to change his religion. It allows the citizens or anyone to that, so that they have the full freedom to, so that if they want to change this religion, to change their religion, so they have the full freedom to change their religion. Okay, so it's the main aim of this right. So last right is right against exploitation, which comes in the article 23 and 24, which prohibits beggar and bonded labors. So it prohibits beggar and bonded labors. Now we need to understand about the second, prohibits child labor and prohibits human trafficking, and our chapter is completed. So I hope that you have learned many things, and I hope that you have understand this chapter very nicely. So this was about the chapter, and we're having no questions in this chapter, but I have made the questions and you have learned them, and this and you have got them, and you, if you don't need to learn questions, you need to understand them, then you can do questions by yourself, talking in the case of political science. And now in another video we're gonna take our history session and we'll talk about the pastoralists in the modern world. So thank you.